Kitchen is brought to you by Harvest Market.
And boy, do we have a treat for you today in the CI Kitchen. A U of I alum and former contestant on the next Food Network star, Judson. Alum is here.
Yes.
We're so excited to have you.
I'm excited to be here back home.
Right?
When I started.
Haven't you missed Central Illinois?
I have. I've missed U of I. And so much has changed since I've been here.
I bet so.
I graduated in '03, and I'm looking like, okay, this was not here when I was in here.
Well, we're glad you're back, but you have been busy since you've been away. So let's talk a little bit about your experience with the Food Network Star program. So what made you decide, hey, I need to try out for this?
Yes, you know what? TV has always been a dream of mine. I've always wanted to do television, and when they came out with the Food Network Star program, I knew immediately it kind of fit my personality, because I am a personality and I love to cook. So I actually auditioned for that show 3 times before I made it.
Wow.
So I made it in 2012, and it has been just a phenomenal journey after, because it really put me into the spotlight as it relates to food and sharing my story.
So everybody, I'm familiar with the show, watched your season. Everybody kind of has their own theme of what their restaurant or, show would be about. So what was yours?
So mine was all about healthy cooking, and it was my culinary point of view. So what I did is I got to share my story of being overweight and struggling with food addiction and struggling with weight issues, and how I used like spices and flavor to basically retrain my palate and retrain my perspective of food. And that's why I got my name, Architect of Flavor. So
I love that. I love that. And you draw a lot of inspiration from your grandparents too, right? And the Southern food, which is usually really high in fat and calories and not so healthy.
Not so healthy at all. And Granddad's favorite dish, and my favorite dish was fried catfish and grits. And there was nothing healthy about it.
I bet not.
Nothing healthy.
But we're going to mix it up today. You're actually going to share that recipe or one similar to it.
One in a healthy way.
Okay, so what are we making?
So we're making, and it's in my book, we're making a pecan crusted salmon dish. Ooh. And it is amazing. Typically, I just told you, one of my favorite dishes was the fried catfish. And I said, I love this dish, but I got to make it in a healthier way.
Right. Take away the fried part?
Take away the fried part. And what we do is we work with healthy nuts. So I'm going to show you this. I'm going to let you smell it. Smell it.
Oh.
So it's pecans.
Ooh, that smells good.
Isn't it good? It's pecans. It's Parmesan Reggiano. A little bit of Parmesan Reggiano cheese, because a little goes a long way.
It looks a little like couscous.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it's nutty. It's flavorful. We add a Cajun spice blend that I give in my book that has no salt, and then a little bit of lemon zest. So this is what's going to flavor that fish.
Okay, and we're working with some salmon here, which is so healthy.
It's very healthy. Omega-3 fatty acids, great fat for the body. What I like to do is take a little bit of oil, and I like to season my fish first, because you can't have a bland piece of fish.
Right? Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Look. So what I like to do is just take a little bit of oil, and I'll kind of massage that in, and I'll take our spoon here, and we'll just kind of massage that into the fish.
Okay.
Right? Very easy. And this is it right here.
That's the secret ingredient?
This is the secret ingredient, but I give the recipe in the book. So I guess there's no secret anymore.
Okay.
So this is the Cajun spice blend that I give, and again, no salt in this. But I like my food spicy. So I add quite a bit on there. And then I just, again, rub that in.
Do we have to let this sit for a while to really, meld the flavors, or is it just ready to go?
The cool thing is, the longer you let it sit, the more robust the flavor. But, again, you've got this whammy right here, which is the star, along with the seafood, and you just pack that on top, right? Just like this.
Nice.
And again, I love the nuttiness of this. And when you put this in the skillet or you bake it in the oven, what it does is it produces this beautiful crust. And it gets hard, and it's like eating fried fish.
You're tricking yourself.
But you're tricking yourself. Yep.
So how long does it take to cook salmon? Because I can never seem to cook it for the right amount of time. It's either too done or not done enough. Yep. And then it ends up being too done.
And it becomes too done. And yeah, that's a question I get all the time. But we love our salmon moist, right? So I like to cook my salmon for at least 4 to 5 minutes.
In the oven or on the skillet?
In the oven. Okay. And I keep it at a 420-degree oven so that heat is hitting it. And if I feel like that it's not done to my likeness, then I'll just put it in there for an additional 2 minutes.
Okay.
So,
but we're not baking this today, are we?
So we're not baking this. We're going to put this on the skillet.
Okay.
And this is really cool. So, again, we come with some more of our oil, and I like to use the olive oil.
Right.
And we're going to just kind of set our... this is nice.
Yeah. And this is all part of your cookbook, which is also something you've been up to since the Food Network program.
I launched my cookbook. Again, it talks about my story. It talks about how I was able to lose over 160 pounds.
Good for you.
Yeah, I weighed close to 400 pounds. So it was like 2 people. It was like 2 of you. I mean, come on.
I love you.
So it's like I lost all this weight, and I tell people I did it by using spices and flavor.
And look at you right there. Okay, well, we are out of time for this first half. You're going to start on the salmon here.
Yes.
And then we'll have the big reveal a little bit later on. There's a look at Judson's book and details on where you can meet him tomorrow.
Yes.
It's going to be fun. Okay, his recipes and details are on CILiving.tv. But